another person who dies in Alabama corrections custody. Body gets sent to the university. Body then goes from the university to the family. Body parts missing, organs missing. Again, put it up full mass. The hell is going on in Alabama? Another inmate's body returned to the family with missing organs, this time Kelvin Moore. He was imprisoned in Alabama. His remains were returned to his family, missing his major organs, revealing a bizarre pattern of mistreatment happening within the state's prison system. Mr. Moore died at the Limestone Correctional Facility July 21st, 2023 from a fentanyl overdose at age 43. Understand, he's not supposed to have access to fentanyl inside of a prison. This is not the first, this is not the second. This is at least the third individual I've reported on that died in a prison of fentanyl overdose. There's more. Before authorities returned his body to his family. Once again, the authorities sent the body to the University of Alabama at Birmingham. They sent the body there for an autopsy. A few days later, Moore's body arrived at a funeral home in Mobile, Alabama, where the funeral director found that most of his internal organs were completely gone. ABC 3340 reported that his brother had to travel to the University of Alabama Hospital in Birmingham to retrieve his organs. Posthumously, they robbed his organs without our permission. They didn't ask. Moore's older brother, Simon, told the news station. That is the most vile action to do to someone, end quote. Moore's case bears striking similarities to those of Charleston Singleton and Brandon Dotson. We cover them right here on Indisputable. Both were in prison and died in the custody of Alabama Department of Corrections. Similar to Mr. Moore, the University of Alabama at Birmingham also conducted Singleton's autopsy, and his body was returned to his family, missing all of his organs, including his brain. In Dotson's case, the Alabama Department of Corrections conducted his autopsy, but an independent pathologist later discovered that his heart was missing after his body was returned to his family members, severely decomposed. Alabama Governor Kay Ivey signed a bill in July 2021 to prevent forensic personnel from harvesting organs after autopsies without permission from next of kin. But authorities have yet to explain why these inmates' organs were taken without the family's consent. Both Moore's and Singleton's family also plan to file a lawsuit. When that bill was signed in 2021, it made it a law, which means what is happening here is a violation of law, not simply civil statute, but of actual law. How does this continue to happen with the same two institutions, a university and the Department of Corrections? There's something foul here. There's something bad, real bad here. David, thoughts?
This desecration is creepy. It is disgusting. And yeah, I look, if I am, law enforcement or detective or maybe the governor of Alabama, I'm calling the head of corrections and I'm calling the head of that university and I'm putting them in a room and saying, you're going to find out by this time tomorrow who's involved in this. I want to know everybody that was involved. I want to know who's signing off on the body being transported. I want to know who's talking to the hospital and letting them cut up these cadavers and take the organs out. Those people need to be held accountable. And yes, if a family says, okay, I want my loved one, in my case, if I were to die suddenly, sure, I'd be fine with my body being donated to science. But you need to find that out for my family first. You can't just make an assumption about it. And making the assumption is what the Department of Corrections is probably, and it's probably even worse than that, and what the hospital has done. This is sickening.
Yeah, I mean, you know what it is, dear brother. They feel as if these individuals have no rights, they have no status, they have no social power, economic power, political power, and so they treat them less than. And it's a horrible reality that we're in this country, us and them mentality, obviously. We're going to continue to follow these stories.